In this video, I'm going to show you the most common song structure, why it doesn't matter, and how you can take those elements and create your own song structure, and why you never have to worry about song structure again. This is every pop song ever. 90% of what you hear on the radio is exactly this. Intro, verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, next verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, pre-chorus, chorus, ending. Every song. The reason people use this is because it feels familiar and it's a musical language that all of us can understand. Let's dive into a few details about each of these sections and keep watching so you will find out why none of this matters at all. We have a song. The elements of that song are going to be made by post-it notes. And as we all know, songs all start with the intro. And after the intro, we have a verse. Also very legible. After the verse, typically you have your hook or chorus. The chorus or hook could be made up of two different sections. It could be a pre-chorus and then a chorus, or a chorus and then a post-chorus. For this example, we'll call the pre-chorus a P-chorus, so it could be either one. And then a chorus. And so far, we have an intro element and three main elements. 99% of songs have this. Often there is a fourth element, which we'll get to in a moment. Typically, after the first chorus, you will go into a second verse, and then a pre-chorus and chorus. These three sections repeat. Often you will introduce a fourth element after the second chorus. In pop music, it's typically a bridge. In different styles like rock, it may be a guitar solo, or it could be some sort of interlude. In general, I like to call this extra section a B section. B section. The rhythm will change here, or the chord progression, or the dynamics of the song. 9 times out of 10, coming out of the B section, you'll go back into the pre-chorus and the chorus, or possibly maybe just the chorus, or the chorus repeated a couple of times, or the pre-chorus, then the chorus repeated again, depending on how long your song is. Okay, those two sections one more time. And the last and final section is the ending. And the ending sometimes is one note, one hit, one final resolving bump, or sometimes it unfolds in a few measures. Sometimes it goes on a loop and just fades out. So the ending could happen a number of ways, but typically there is something that defines the ending. And just one more note here, to come up with the intro or the ending, you don't have to come up with an entirely new part, although that is possible. Typically, it revolves around another section of the song, just edited differently or arranged differently. And with that, we now have this entire song structure. An intro. Now, an intro could be as short as nothing to a sound effect to 2 to 4 bars. Sometimes it's like a whole jam session before the song even starts, if you ask Metallica. But in this case, the most popular intro is 2 to 4 bars. And like I said before, you can take your inspiration for the intro from one of these other sections that you've already created. I wouldn't recommend starting with the intro. I'd recommend starting with these other sections. The first verse is typically 8 to 16 bars. The pre-chorus is 4 to 8 bars. And the chorus is 8 to 16 bars. Sometimes double time has something to do with whether it's 8 bars or 16 or the tempo of the song. If you don't have a pre-chorus, you might have a 16-bar chorus. The second verse is often shorter than the first verse, but these days, most first verses are 8 bars, so it would be 8 for the second verse. And if you wanted to, you could go up to 16. Actually, all of this is the same. The only thing different is this B section. And that's up to you. That could be 8, it could be 16, it could be 32, it could be a whole deep dive away from the song. The only thing that you want to think about the B section is that it keeps the listener engaged and anticipating this pre-chorus and chorus section. Okay, now for why all this doesn't matter. So as you saw earlier while I was building the song, we built these sections out of what we had already. So the only new thing that we introduced is this B section here. And the ending, which like I said, could be like one bump, one note, one something like that. Like I said, let's scooch these out of the way for a moment. if you are developing your song, you could easily just develop a verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus, and a B section. Knowing this before you even go anywhere will help you to give your song direction even though you may not know where it's going. For instance, say you created 4 sections with slightly different chord progressions and you were recording your lyrics and you realized, oh, the lyrics I have for this pre-chorus make more sense after the chorus. You could easily rearrange. You could take that section, make it a post-chorus. Now your song doesn't necessarily follow the typical arrangement, but you were led from your own creativity. Then you could repeat these 3 sections again, and then add a B section and the chorus and post-chorus and ending, and you would have an entire song. What I'm getting at here is that you don't have to write your entire song. You only have to have in mind 4 sections. What I like to do is try to come up with 4 sections, and if for some reason I can't come up with this B section, I just scrap it and repeat my pre-chorus and chorus again and maybe do something different dynamically to it. At the end of the second verse, the pre-chorus and chorus might be really quiet and less instruments going on, and then repeat that, and then I would have the ending afterwards and not even need this 4th section. But like I said, 9 out of 10 songs have this extra section. So this should help you with your song creating process and not having to worry about your arrangement. You know what sections you have to have, you know what sections you don't have to have, and you know how long they should be and how you can order and arrange these just by switching the spots up to create a song that makes sense lyrically. And the reason knowing these 4 sections is so important is because that's how I start every song inside of my songwriter template in Studio 1.5. I like to have those 4 sections mapped out already. So if you wanted to get that songwriter template for Studio 1.5, there is a free download in the description. And if you need more help with songwriting or music production, there should be another video over here. And if you want to get songs done faster, make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell so you get my next video as soon as it comes out.